Afternoon, folks. Man cave time again. Back to windy man cave time. So this is it's an experimental video. This is because I've been encouraged to try a different set of editing software. This one's DaVinci Resolve. I have been using Clipchamp, which is what Microsoft steamrolled us into using. It's their own, if you like, and it's not up to the job, to be honest. But I'm a bit of a technophobe, so it takes me a while to get my head around the new stuff. But I think I'm getting there. I mean, Ian Hughes is probably the main culprit for getting me to have a go. Charlie, Rest Day Rider, she's recommended it as well, and quite a few others as well, to be honest. But those are the two that I watch most frequently who've been talking about it. So let's see what it turns out like. But in actual, for the ride itself, this was right out to the Duke William. It was the first Wednesday of the month, just 3 days ago. So, and they were still running the classic meet. So I went across with the sidecar with Daisy, but the sidecar was empty. Chloe came out for her ablutions that morning. It was cold, it really was cold and not very pleasant at all. And the sidecar was outside the garage, and as she came back in again, she looked at the sidecar, looked at me as if to say, if you think I'm coming out with you in this lot, you've got another thing coming, and went straight inside and curled up in front of the fire. I couldn't force her to come in the sidecar. I wouldn't have gone myself if I didn't want to make the video, but I wanted to go across the Duke anyway to meet the lads. So it turned out to be a good ride out, to be honest. A slightly different way across there, but see what you think. Alright, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, all the rest of it, and drop me a comment. See how the video turns out. Cheers. Well, good morning, people, and we're here on a surprisingly sunny December morning at Hume End in the Manifold Valley, on the way to, well, shall we just say, it's the first Wednesday in the month, and what happens on the first Wednesday of the month? It's Classic Day at the Duke William at Matlock. Now, we didn't know just exactly how long this was going to go on through into the winter, but they've been good enough to say at the Duke, as long as people still come, we'll open up for the classic meet. So that's where we're going. But there is a downside, and sadly, I'm on Daisy. Sadly, Daisy's sidecar is empty. It is bereft of life form. She's perfectly okay, but in North Staffordshire we have a term, it's the word nesh. I'm sure other people use it. In other words, she's a wimp. I took her out for ablutions this morning, and I'd got the sidecar outfit. I got Daisy out the garage, and as she came back in through the back door, she looked up at me as if to say, if you think I'm going out in that when it's as cold as this, you've got another thing coming, mate, and legged it to her bed in front of the fire. So no, yeah, she's got a coat, but it really is, yeah, okay, it's sunny, but flipping heck, it's not very warm. So yes, we had an agreement. She can sit this one out, but she'll come to the next one if I have to wrap her up in a sleeping bag, but never mind. But do you think I should take her a sausage back? Do you think I should take her a sausage back? I'm just a big softie.
She'll get a sausage. Now we're just passing through Harsington at the minute. Reasonably quiet outside the holiday season. Hey. I didn't think it was going to be this nice today, to be honest, because when I took Chloe out for ablutions, it was thick as a bag. It really was thick as a bag. But no, blue sky, that'll do. More roadworks. I'm going to switch off because we're just about to join the A515 up on the top, what we call the top road, and I'll switch back on when it gets lit. We're going to go a little slightly different way to last time, so we'll see what happens. I'll see you in a bit. Welcome back, and you join me. We're on the A5102. Sorry, 5012. Yeah. We carried on round to the left there. That would take us down to the famous, notorious, I don't know, Via Gellia Road down to Cromford. But yeah, it's a nice morning. It's a nice day for riding. I won't say the road less travel because we're still on a very popular road, but it's a more scenic route, shall we say, over to Winster. A little bit of a murmuration on the left there. It could be starlings, but then they could be field fares. No, I think they're starlings, yeah. The murmuration is when they fly together. The starlings flock together and fly in a tight mass, and it's like watching. Sometimes it's watching a soft rubber ball changing shape. It's fantastic to see when you see a proper murmuration. But yeah, that's what starlings are probably most famous for, is their murmuration. So we're coming across to Winster. I know I've covered this before, but all this area around here, in both directions, was a very strong mineral mining area, mainly lead out here, and quite a lot of the villages out here have grown up around the lead mining industry. Winster is one of them. There's a really nice pub just on the outskirts of Winster called the Miners' Standard, where strangely enough they've a new branch to their business is a Hilltop Cafe. You see all these little hillocks. This is all mining remains over on the right here. So yes, it really was a busy place back in the turn of the 20th century, I suppose, really, late 1900s, and earlier than that, really, into the early 1900s, yeah. Now we're just going to cross effectively the B5056. This itself is a beautiful road. It's the 5056. This takes you down to the likes of Yulegreave and Bakewell, down to the left of us. So the Miners' Standard over on the left there, that's it really is, and they do some nice food there. And the cafe, they've set the cafe up for the campsite behind the pub, really, but it's becoming popular now, the Hilltop Cafe. It's only open till 12 at the minute. They sort of close the cafe at 12 so they can go and concentrate on running the pub. But this is the village of Winster. Yes, okay. At the height of the season and at weekends, it can be a bit of a bottleneck because it's not changed much, and the road through hasn't widened at all. But yes, it's a really picturesque village. But like I say, the reason for it being here originally was because it was very much a mining community. All stone built, of course, and it is one of the nicest villages in the White Peak now. One of the nicest. There's an awful lot of them. The old market hall. It's extended a bit in recent years. As council house development went up here on the outskirts. This wasn't for the miners though. This was it's just housing basically for the growing population. Lovely view down to the left there. Marred, I suppose, by the smoke from a little industrial setup down there, but looking down there to Darley, which is on the road up to Bakewell from Matlock. But I've done quite a bit of exploring in and around these fields on either side of us here, because there's quite a lot of mining remains that they were still open for exploration. Some of the stuff we used to find in there, because a lot of these old lead mines weren't really all that popular with cavers, but it was just a way to get on the ground. Mainly back in the 80s when I was and early 90s when I was caving and potholing. But it was interesting from a historical point of view, because every now and again you come into some old workings and there'd be an old iron wheelbarrow and picks and all sorts of artifacts, if you like, left behind by the miner. The mining around here, amongst underground circles, the miner was referred to as the old man, or Toad Mon. Who used to work these lead mines. This brings us into another mining settlement. This is Wensley, another really picturesque village. Again, mainly because they're built out of stone. This was a pub. Three Stag's Head. This is one place. Darley Bridge. This is one place where they're managing to support two pubs in such a small village, but that's because of its popularity during the holiday season, during the main season. And this is the river that runs through Matlock and Matlock Bath, just below us. Boxing Day there'll be a raft race starting just here, and then there's a square and compass. A nice pub is a square and compass, just here. Still a bit of industry across here. Slater's Plastic Yard, that's a name to conjure with. Back in my railway modelling days, Slater's plasticard. Plasticard was the stuff to buy. You can make all sorts of things with plasticard. Buildings, even rolling stock. Miss those days, really. Just crossing the railway. This is the preserved railway that runs down from here at just at Darley Bridge, effectively down to Matlock, where it sort of butts up against the main line service. Well, it's not main line, it's a branch line that runs from Derby out to Matlock. And this is the A6, so I'll switch off on the A6 because it's a boring old main road as the A6, and I'll see you at Matlock. And we're back in the middle of Matlock itself. It's amazing the number of people when I'm on Daisy. I mean, the fella in the white car on the left there, he's just indicated his appreciation of a sidecar outfit. It's such an unusual side, I suppose, really. And it's nice to know there are people who appreciate it. All these marquees and stuff over on the right here, this is for the Christmas fair, as I suppose we'll have to come and visit at some point leading up to the big, well, to Christmas, shall we say. Oh, the tuk-tuk's gone. The Indian restaurant here on the left. There used to be, last time I was here, there was a tuk-tuk on the top above the front door. It's went. Matlock Town Football Club, not that I have any interest in football in the slightest, and then of course Ryber Castle up on the top in front of us. I think I mentioned it before. It was a great little wildlife park. The place itself was empty, derelict really, but they ran a really nice wildlife park. It's been gone, the wildlife park's been gone for a long time now, but yes, it's been done up and marketed as high-class apartments these days. I don't think any are actually in use yet, but it'll be a bit special up there. So I wonder how many will be here. It's a sunny day, well, blue sky anyway. There's no threat of precipitation, so that should encourage one or two people out, although there's a bit of salt and gravel laid over the last few days by the county council, so that's the damaging thing, isn't it? Should be one or two of the Himalayan guys here anyway. Tailor-made parking space.
I was waiting for you to put it in reverse.
That's what these 2 feet are for. Proper Bonneville. I turn up on the Hinkley T100 with Bonneville written across the side, but no, this is a proper Bonneville. Quite a good turnout. quite a good turnout considering it's the depth of winter, but it is, as I say, a sunny day. Another proper bombing though. Street scramble style. Commando. How are you doing? All right. I see a couple of BSAs. And a matchless. What's this one? I'm guessing it's an A7. 3-unit engine. It's got an A7 tank on it though. That's an A65 next to it. It's the same model I have. Lots of winter hacks here today, I have to say. And ES250.
I'm still on BSA.
It's always hear that.
I've got one same maroon.
CX500. Modern classics now. Ooh. Nice old Triumph twin. Solid rear end, it's not even a sprung up. Good springs on the seat, fortunately. A good turnout for December. Marvellous. Really nice RD 400.
Okay, back side going flat.
See a good two-stroke. Good turnout. Good turnout. Oh, and mix Himalaya. There we go. A proper Trident. And it sounds absolutely good. Yeah. 1972.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Cheers. Well, it's been a really good turnout. I have to say. They're thinning out now, of course, because it's it'll be dark soon. So yes, really. Well, Greaves. I hadn't noticed that earlier. Right, we'll go and get a sausage for Chloe, I think. Whether she deserves it is questionable, obviously, but nah. Personally, I think she'd have been okay because it's not quite as cold as it was earlier, but either way. She's had a day curled up in the front of the fire, so well, the market stalls are set out already just across here. So we just crossed the river again. That'll be subject to the raft race on Boxing Day. It's the Derwent, by the way. Runs down through Matlock and Matlock Bath. The cable cars to the heights of Abraham. They'll be running it weekend, I'm sure, but this time of year, not during the week. And back into the bikers' mecca. That is Matlock Bath. It's a promenade. It's like a seaside promenade away from the beach, away from the sea. Oh, a few bikes here. Good to see. Well, that's it. The promenade fish boat. Chip butty. Just fit the bill. And needless to say, I've got a little sausage for Chloe. But flipping heck, the number of people that ask me at the Duke William, where's Chloe? Not how's the outfit running, you know, how you doing? Where's Chloe? So I go in the chippy, and two people in the chippy, where's your ballast? Chloe. Where's your passenger? Chloe. She's a little diva, is that one, I tell you. She's coming next time, that's a certain fact. Anyway, that's enough for this one. Hopefully it'll turn out to be a short one. I'm using this one to try and develop my skills with the new editing package, DaVinci. It's I don't take to change very easily myself, and changing technology is even more difficult, but either way I'll have a go with this one, making no promises though. Anyway, that's it. Yeah, see what you think. Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you could, and subscribe, and let me know what you think anyway. Alright, see you next time. There we go. Who's the mug? Enjoy your sausage, yeah. Not that you deserve it, but there you go.